Good afternoon, good morning, and good late evening, wherever you are around the world in the United States. Big welcome to our In the Know with Peter No. My name is Peter No. I'm a senior presidential director here with Lifewave. I have been with Lifewave for now 3 years and 5 months. So just wanted to say that because everything that we teach here is about learning, growing, and what you need to know about this business. And I also have my beautiful co-host, Mrs. Donna Reiners, who is also our presidential director here. And she is helping me run this Zoom. I leverage her all the time. She is a wealth of knowledge on people and on technology. So I think today's topic will go right into this, okay? I want to talk about a couple of things today. The first thing is about why, okay? I know you hear it all the time. What is your why? Why are you building this business? But I kind of want to go in deeper into the why. And if you've been following us with the last 3 months on these calls, notice that what we talk about, when we do talk about a topic, we go deep, okay? It is not a fluff stuff. This is not surface conversation. This is not a training that we do, and this is not really even a training in a sense. It is how I communicate with just not myself, it's how I communicate with my friends, my family, my business partner, my organizations. And as you all know, this is called a what? A lifestyle. Who came here to change their lifestyle? Raise your hand. Good. So you know, in changing lifestyles, you got to have something that pushes you, right? Something that urges you to change. So we're going to talk about that. Then on top of talking about the why, I want to talk about community, culture, okay? Who here knows that you're part of a community or part of an organization? Awesome. Now, we're going to talk about that. And then after that, I want to talk about the flow of your business. And as always, we'll open up for question and answers. And you know, as we do this podcast, I always want participation, okay? I'm going to pick on a few people. I want to hear your whys. I want to hear your flow. I want to hear what you think about community. And this is how we interact. So this is the best place. I'm telling you right now, this podcast right here is the best place for you to open up, for you not to be afraid. And if you're afraid, we're going to break your ice, okay? You can be yourself. You can be Peter No. You can be Karen McBride. You can be Julie Brassfield. You can be anyone you want to be, okay? This is your show. This is your hour. What I want you to know, though, because as we're going into the why, I don't know how many people have heard my interview with Wendy. I did a one-on-one with Wendy a few weeks ago where I got to share my background, okay? Where I came from, my business background. I was a latch kid. I didn't go to college. I didn't like listening to teachers. I had all the things that did not allow me to kind of learn at a very young age. Now, as we're talking about this topic, I kind of look back at what I missed, okay? So because I did not go to college, my parents, I was a latchkey kid. My parents never took me to sports. How many parents do we have here? How many of you took your kids at a young age to play sports? A lot of us, right? Why did you do that? Because at a young age, you know that children need human interaction. They need to learn from other parents, other kids, other humans outside of you. They need to see whatever you're teaching in your home. You need to see your kids apply those actions or what they're learning, which is called behaviors, correct? You needed to test your children out to see, number one, to make sure that they're going to grow up to have healthy behaviors like working out, right? Be stronger, have a strong mindset, have a body, have responsibilities, have a timely responsibility. Even though maybe they didn't like the sport, but did you put your kids into a sport that they did not like? Let me ask that question again. Did any of you parents put your kids into a sport that they did not like? No. Why? Then you went against the grain, correct? Then when you listen to your kids, if one of your sons wanted to play soccer, what did you do? You let them go play soccer. If one of your kids wanted to play tennis, what'd you do? You let them play tennis. You literally did something for them, what they wanted to do at an early age, and that built their confidence. How many of you agree with this? Okay. Now, the reason I'm going to this topic is because now it's your turn. The reason why I joined network marketing, and I really pinpointed down to this, I never had camaraderie when I was a young kid. I was forced to be a business owner at the age of 20, 19, 20. I didn't really make friends. Does that make sense, everyone? I was a business owner. I had responsibilities. My friends were my clients. So at an early age, I was already taught to do business, but doing business is constantly pushing, convincing, selling, being maybe somebody else that I did not know who I was. So Peter, no, I did not know myself, everyone. I did not know my own personal self. Maybe until I made all the mistakes. I got married at a young age. I think I was 25, 27, and my marriage only lasted 8 months. Okay. After my divorce, that's when I woke up. Literally, I woke up. How many of us woke up once in their lifetime? Wow, a lot of us, okay? A lot of us. So the reason why I'm sharing you this story is this. The moment when I found network marketing, my friend introduced me. It wasn't really the money that guy was talking about, right? But it was the money that piqued my interest, because it was the money that could buy back my time. Does that make sense, everyone? It wasn't the money. It was just the option, or the opportunity to buy back my time, because I didn't have the time. But then when I learned what network marketing does, then I learned that, oh my God, you can travel with your friends. You can meet people that are like you or better than you. And you hear me talk about these phrases all the time, right? Find someone like you or better than you. Find someone that wants something more than you. Let's do the freedom. I wanted that. So my why back then was really identifying, oh my God, I can make money. I could buy back my time so I can travel. I can do all the things that I couldn't do in my teenage years. And at the same time, I could hang out with people that are like me, or help my friends make money and do the same thing. How many of you joined for that reason? Raise your hand. Okay, a few of us. Now, let's talk about the why. What is your why? And this why is very deep, okay? And I just share with you. Now, as I went through my journey in network marketing, my why changed. A lot of it changed. But my core why, to be free, to have no boss, meaning I don't want anyone to control me. I wanted to have the opportunity. I wanted to challenge myself. That was my why. I want to challenge myself. What is it? What does it feel like to residually earn this kind of money in this lifetime? What does it feel like to be 100% responsibility free? Meaning that I don't have to respond to anyone. I can do whatever I want. I can work with whoever I want. I can do whatever I want. How many of us in this world can say that? And if you have a job, if you're a high paid professional, if you're a doctor, if you're a hairstylist, if you're an actor, a singer, do you have that freedom? So I want to pick on someone. Let's pick on Karina. Karina, how are you doing today? You can unmute yourself. Did I shock you? I'm going to shock you, okay, Karina? How you doing? Can you hear me? Can you speak? If not, I'm going to pick on somebody else.
You hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. I didn't take my earbuds out.
So Karina, we're going to get to know each other, okay? But
Okay.
I really want to go down to the nitty gritty.
Okay.
What piqued your interest? What piqued your interest when you heard about this industry? What piqued your interest? Why did you make a decision? And what did you want to get out of this industry? Or what did you want to get out of working here or being here with us?
Well, using the patches, and I had a result with them. And I happened to ask 3 people to try them out at the same time that I did. And they all wanted to buy diamond packs. And I went, whoa, okay, I'm going to do this business. I wasn't consciously looking to do a business, just the opposite. And now that I've gotten involved, I'm a nurse. I've always been in healthcare. So I do like assisting people in their journey in wellness. And I recognize I have some things to work on for myself, because I hit these points where I don't know if I can go to the next step, and I like pushing myself to move through my blocks. And this gives me an opportunity to do that in a very big way.
So you literally stumbled in this industry because you got the patches and you just shared it with a couple of people, and because they liked it, you made a decision to do this?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Did everybody hear that? Now, when Karina says that, what are you listening to? You want me to know what I'm listening to when I hear that? What is everybody now listening to Karina, everyone? What do you think that she is? Why do you think that she's here? Okay, Karina, let me ask you this question.
Okay.
Do you feel fulfilled when you help people?
Yeah, it's actually really fun.
Thank you. That's it. We are humans, everyone. This is the magic. And again, this is a lot of topics coming together as one, okay? Because I like to intertwine things. When I hear that from Karina, all she did is, because this technology is so simple, and because we're humans, when we do something for others and other people get a response, are you with me, everyone? When they get a response and because we're in a health technology, the moment somebody got healthy, or the moment Karina's friends got healthy, or they experienced something, and Karina had no clue what this does, she's not a doctor, she had no agenda, right, Karina? You didn't know what this.
No, actually, my agenda was, my husband said he was going to try it, and we just had a discussion. He says, you're not open to trying anything. And I wasn't going to get into an argument. So I said, okay, I'll try it.
Okay, so there's another human behavior, but that's an awesome one. So she actually don't like to be told what to do. So that's number 2, right, Karina? So the 2 reasons why you're here is, number 1, you like your own power.
Yeah.
And you saw that maybe because you got tested by your husband. Then number two, when you tested this on your friends and you saw a result because they came back to you and you saw how fast it worked, it filled your heart because you're like, oh my gosh, if this thing can do this, that means you're helping people. And innately in our hearts, if you are a good person, okay, everyone, good person means you just help people with no agenda, nothing coming back to you. Okay, that means you're a good-hearted person. If you are a bad-hearted person, you help people with an agenda because you want an agenda. Does that make sense? There's a fine line between that. Okay, so Karina, so as you went into this industry now because you got fulfilled, was that addictive to you to help people like this?
Addictive? It was something I wanted to do. I don't know that it was addictive. It was a choice I wanted to do.
Good. I used the word addictive because I wanted to see what your response was. Okay, so now it was something that you wanted to do. Now, as you went further, did you realize that there was a business behind this?
I did realize there was a business behind it. And I had participated in network marketing in the past.
Okay, good. So you understand the behaviors of network marketing, right? Why people join network marketing, what you have to do in network marketing. Now, does everybody understand that network marketing is a self-development journey?
Right on.
With a compensation plan wrapped around it. Sheila got that written down everywhere. Why is that so important to understand, Sheila? I'm gonna unmute you. Thanks, Karina, and I'm gonna come back to you later, okay?
Okay.
So Sheila, why is that so important to understand the self-development part around this?
Because what through my own journey, what it has allowed me to do is to step out of my comfort zones and to be even more of service, because that's my whole why, is literally since I was a little child, I wanted to be of service to humanity. And so in this journey, I've had to break quite a few of my own limiting beliefs or decisions. Like, I can't talk to people on the telephone. Okay, well, it took me a while. It took me 3 years to get to the point where I felt comfortable doing that. But I am. And as you can allow yourself to let go of your limiting decisions and beliefs and step into who you are choosing to be right in this moment, that's when you can flourish. Because one of the biggest lessons that I've learned is that there's acceptance and there's resistance. And the more I resisted, the universe just brings more resistance to me to have to plow through. But when I'm accepting of what is laid in front of me, and frankly, other than owning restaurants that I did in the past, this has been one of the greatest opportunities in my lifetime, because not only Peter knew me in the very beginning when I was just getting back to walking and being able to walk. And at first, for many, many people, this is truly a journey of health. But when you are in that spot of, like I was living at a 10 plus on the pain scale, you don't know that you're depressed. Okay, you don't know it because you're living in it. And so I have had not only awakening and allowing myself to step into my power, but also to allow myself to heal emotionally and spiritually on so many different levels. So there you have it, Peter.
Sheila, stay on that topic. Now, everyone, did you listen to Sheila, what she said? It took her 3 years even just to pick up, kind of have conversations. It took her 3 years ever since I met her in the beginning to heal her body, to heal her mind, to heal everything around her. Can now everyone understand that this is a journey? And now can you understand that you cannot rush this journey. There is absolutely no way when you come into an organization or a business model like this that you can go ahead and just teach people how to just massively recruit people, because you cannot understand where they are at in their life and what makes them move until you really understand your journey, your life. Does everybody resonate with that?
Mm.
And that's why this program, and that's why Sheila, why did we create all this, Sheila? How did we create this whole culture here? How did we create this organization? Because we were patient with each other. We went through, everybody had to learn about each other, but just know, this is a new group. I met Sheila here, but I met Marcy 10 years ago. I met Sally 20, 30 years ago. I met Claudia 10 years ago. Do you know what I mean? We all have relationships with each other. So when we come in, and this is exactly the topic of why do you stick around? What keeps you here? And that's why this journey of our system, the way that we present to you, the way that we're leaving out money when we have conversations, the way that we're leaving out ego, the way that we're leaving out the pressure, that is just a tool for you to just, what Sheila did, be able to open up and heal herself. Does that make sense, everyone?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it is that way, but I hate to say this, but nobody talks about it. Nobody talks about the deeper issue of why the time. Because everyone, when you join network marketing, it's always go, 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 fast, fast, fast. I want, go recruit, recruit, recruit. But do you really know who you are yet before you join this industry? Do you know what you're going through? And Sheila's perfect with this, right, Sheila? Because you teach energy. If there's a blockage, if there's an internal blockage into you, how can you enroll that person to be part of your world? Sheila, how does that work?
Peter, one of the things that you have to do is you have to build rapport with people. And yes. When I'm talking about rapport, I'm not just saying, oh, you like somebody because they're wearing a pink shirt. Okay. But that pink shirt can be the building block to having rapport with somebody. Okay. And being able to identify what, and listen. And that's the biggest thing I would say to people, is to listen to who you're speaking with, because you will hear what are their needs, what are their concerns, and how can you step up to the plate to help them, with also allowing them their space. Okay, because I can certainly get up on the soapbox and just do like I did the first year and a half. Everybody needs these. You got to have these patches. And that's not the way necessarily to do it, because some people look at you and go, oh my God, she's just on her rant again. But when you allow yourself to live it and then build the rapport with people that you don't know, okay? I remember last October, Peter came over to Hawaii to have an event with us. And Kathleen and I spent 3 months prior to it literally walking into businesses on Maui, asking if they would put up an event flyer. And the first business that we went into, the owner, she ended up signing up right then and there. And I've developed a relationship with Madeline. And when over the ensuing months, when I met up with her, I went, we go back over to her store, we check in. She said, Sheila, the reason I signed up was because you were sincere. And sincerity is the key. Now, at the same exact moment that we were in that space, her top employee was there, Betsy, who's 76, and she listened to the whole, we're just here to put this flyer in your place. Okay, that was back in, I think, September.
Yeah.
She called me up 2 days ago, Betsy, and said, okay, I've watched Madeline. I remember your sincerity and I'm ready to sign up. Okay, so that, how I presented and how Kathleen, we came in and presented ourselves together 6 months ago, has brought her, or 5 months ago, whatever it was, has brought us another person. But like I said, it's about the rapport.
Yes.
It's about meeting them where they're at, on their level. A lot of people say, oh, I only sign up silvers. Okay, that's great. How many people are you missing out that could only afford 1 month, that really wanted to change their life, to change their health? And after they spent that 1 month on it, called you up and said, oh my God, I'm ready. Please help me get more. I mean, this week we have this opportunity to upgrade these people, right? I've already upgraded a bronze to gold. Okay.
Awesome.
And so again, meet people where they're at, but come from sincerity and authenticity within your own heart, and know who you are. Find out who you are.
Now, let me ask you a last question, Sheila. If you have such a strong why, how many of us have whys? There's 95 of us. How many of us can really define their why? Okay. I just want to ask you that. Now, if you have such a strong why, Sheila, but your frequency, your internal dialogue is not congruent, how much does that affect your why?
Okay, so what happens literally, and I can speak to this because I am what's considered a neuroenergetic practitioner. Okay, I teach this stuff, I help you shift. What happens is, if my conscious awareness says, I want to be a senior vice president or a senior presidential, but then my subconscious has these thoughts, I'm not good enough, I don't deserve this. What happens is you are out of alignment. Your conscious and your subconscious are out of alignment. And when that happens, you cannot produce. Okay. You aren't able to come to the table and stand in your full power. And so that is really important, because when you're out of alignment, you can't realize your why. And when I say realize it, I mean realize it into, manifest it into the moment, into the now. Okay.
Thank you for explaining that, Sheila, because I want to really flow now into why do we really teach the 333? I want everyone to listen to this one. Your database. Your database is your bank, your money. The people on your list, this is your golden, this is your ticket. It's the numbers. Every person on your phone, every person on your book that you write down, every name, every phone number, that is called a database. If you come into this industry, and the reason why we're teaching 333, talk to only 3 people, 2 people, or 1 person, because we want you to elevate your frequency by going quality, meaning understand the peaking, understanding the pre-qualifying, understanding the connection. Learn that like a kid again. Learn that like you're in high school, college. Learn how to make new friends again. And that has been lost. Why? Because life got in the way, job got in the way, health got in the way, deaths got in the way. You know what I mean? Things got in the way before you found us. How many of us resonate with that? Okay, that is why that, and if you can listen to this podcast today, I really want you to go deeper. How are you elevating through every person you're talking to? How are you changing the conversation? What are you doing? What are you asking? Are you really, like what Sheila is, are you really loving? Are you really into that person? Are you really dating that person? And yes, there's a way how to call people on your database, but then there's also a connection, meaning that the more you do it with intention, the more you do it with purpose inside, that person's going to feel it. So that's why David Schmidt, Remember in the compensation plan, what is the magic number? 6 and 2. That's why he kept the numbers so low for you to succeed so fast. Does that make sense, everyone? He kept the numbers where you have to have 6 relationships. That's called 6 active. 3 on the left, 3 on the right to structure. But you have to build relationship with 6, minimum 6 people. Out of the relationships, you're going to find 2 best friends. And if you haven't found your 2 best friends, or if you haven't found your 6 workout buddies or people that you can connect with, or if you haven't learned the peak, the pre-qualify, or if you're not doing the 3-3-3, then we can chop it down to your why, to your frequency. Sometimes when people train, what is your why? You know, your why should make you jump through the wall. Yeah, it does. But if your frequency is messed up and you don't know why that your frequency is messed up, then you can be whying all you want. It ain't gonna come.
Hey, Peter, one of the things that you're talking frequency, and you know, there's 94 people on here, I think, however many, 90, 100. Many people don't understand frequency, and what that means, literally, we all are beings, okay? There's just no way around it. And the level, the frequency that you personally vibrate, each of our organs vibrates at a different number, and then all of that together causes us to have our own frequency. And when you have a frequency, when you, let's just, like all of the news that's going on right now in the bigger world, right?
Yeah.
If we sit and listen to CNN 24 hours a day, that starts affecting our frequency of our own being, and it lowers it. Okay, there's the only way it will lower it, because it's talking about war and hate, and all of those things are low energy vibrations in the world. And so your challenge as a human being is to keep your frequency right, which we have this amazing tool that you just stick on your body to help literally raise your frequency with your energy. And so it's time. It is time for everybody on this phone call, literally take a look at your own self inside and figure out, am I hanging out with people that are all moaners and groaners all the time? Okay. Am I hanging out with people like Peter, who are positive and uplifting and bringing me awareness? Where are you falling at? And then take that and adjust it. And when you reach for higher frequencies, you're going to be blown away at what happens and how your life changes.
Thank you for that, Sheila. And I'm going to ask a very straight question right now, and everyone should ask themselves this question. Are you ready? Would you recruit yourself? Let me repeat that again. Would you recruit yourself right now, who you are? Would you work with yourself? Would you date yourself? Would you be best friends with yourself? Would you be the leader for yourself? Would you recruit yourself? If you can't answer that question, we need to go in deeper now. Does that make sense, everyone? But if you confidently ask that question, yeah, I would work myself, then that's easy now. Go find someone like you or better than you. And again, when I say better, I don't want to say better character and better values. Better meaning that Sheila has a different network than I am. Donna has different, better skills than I have in different places. Does that make sense? You want to work with different people that have different skill sets, because this is called network marketing. You are leveraging yourself. But if you love yourself, if you would recruit yourself, that means you know you have a certain value for that other person. Is that true? And if you don't have that yet, don't worry about it. This community is so open. We don't care We want everyone that wants to work out. We want everyone that wants to change their lifestyle. We were looking for you. And because our program, again, is so yoga, because we flow, right? We don't do things that you don't need to do. We're not telling you to present. We're not asking Maya to be training. We're not asking Sherry to do 3 ways. Does that make sense, everyone? We're just being you. We're being friends. We're all being like college kids right now. We're just running around and taking classes. PPP 333. This is a class right here, right? We're learning. And I'm just so happen to be the trainer today, right? But then we got Donna here as a trainer. We got Sheila as a trainer. Who else is here? There's a bunch of trainers here, right? That's here. So now, does everybody understand now? You can have your why, but you gotta go internally now, okay? Understand who you are. Raise your frequency. Learn, like elevate yourself through this, and then your why will come true, meaning that you're gonna match up what you want. And if you're having challenges right now, everyone, if you're having any challenge, if you've been with us for a week, a month, a year, 2 years, 3 years, and if you're still having those challenges, you gotta push through that. Means reach out to someone, talk to someone, call me, call Marcy, call someone that can coach you through that personal development. We have enough trainers here every day for you to call, okay? So that topic is done. Now I want to bring in Donna real quick, okay? So Donna, I want to talk about the flow of your business, the flow of your business, okay? So really quick, how many of us here? We have almost, wow, 96 people today. We're growing every week, Donna. Something's happening. So how many of us, 96 of us, have never, ever been in this industry before? Raise your hand or put something up or blink or something or smile. Okay.
I have not. This is good.
Okay. So Donna, because you have not, okay, I'm going to ask you these questions now.
Sure.
If you have never been in this industry before, everyone, that's like you've never stepped foot into a gym before.
Correct.
How confusing and how lost can you feel?
You can feel very confused and you can feel very lost because there's so many open windows and so many, there's so many options. And see, I like options.
Yes.
So I'm not the person, many people just want to be told what to do. And there's nothing wrong with that if that's where they're safe. Some people are only safe if they're told what to do and they do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and they feel good. But I feel safe when I have options before me. Even if I know what I need to do, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I still like the options of 1 ABC so that I can choose and so I can be empowered to make my own choices versus someone just treating me as if I'm in a little kid who doesn't have choices. You know, when we're kids, we need to be told what to do, you know, but when you're a 60-year-old woman, I came into a new industry and I needed guidance and I needed understanding and I needed wisdom and I knew y'all had it. And so I listened a lot and I showed up a lot. And then I just did the simple thing. I got my little technology page and I got my little envelope page and I literally read from it. I have people tell me all the time, gosh, I can never do that. And I'm like, what are you saying? It sounds easy because I've been doing this for a year and 7 months. But when I first started, I had my technology page in my hand and I read it as if I was having a conversation with someone. I just didn't read it as if it was a book. I read it as if I was talking with someone. I took the envelope. I did the same thing. I said, of course you can do it. And they're like, oh, I can do that. You know, because they see you now and they see what they see as success, which for some person, a success might just be just being relaxed and being able to talk to anybody. When you have someone that doesn't know how to talk to people, they may think, oh, they could never be you. And even though I've always been more of a talkative person, I still didn't know the information. I only had a revelation on stem cells because of my past, but I didn't understand any of the technology. So just, I think for me, I know we moved away from personal development, but honestly, when you start out as a brand new person, if you just use the very simple tools we have, there's like 3 or 4 sheets of paper that if you would just use it and read from it for the first few months, it'll become who you are, and then it will flow off of you. And that alone will build your confidence. That alone will show someone, hey, they know what they're talking about. Even inside, you might be thinking, crap, I don't really know what the carnosine does, but I know this paper says it knows what it does. You know, you're going, this is real time. This is what's really happening behind the scenes, even though nobody talks about it. You know, Marcy even says sometimes she still holds her envelope up because her mind might go, I'm not sure. So, you know, there were so many windows open, but I was so hungry and so thirsty, and I so wanted it. I so wanted it.
Let me ask you this, Donna. Since the day you started, did you have a premeditation of what your flow, or did you have an expectation of how this business was going to go? Meaning
I did.
The daily things you had to do, the
No,
afternoon
heck
things?
no. Oh, heck no. I
No,
was
right?
like, oh my God, how do they do all that? And so it was literally, I showed up every Monday for the Monday call with Marcy, where she had power hour. And I watched and I listened and I paid attention until all of a sudden I realized I had the personal understanding, hey, I guess I should do this on purpose. And then I got my first book. I said, well, what's a list? And I made my first list. And I have people today tell me, well, that just sounds so clinical to have a list. And I'm like, well, do you go to the grocery store without a list? When you go on Amazon to purchase something, do you know what you're doing? I mean, you might just be going, say, to shop a little bit. I said, but don't you have an intention? What is wrong with having an intention with regards to meeting people and reaching out in your community to help people? To me, that's not manipulative. That's not coercing. That's having an intention. That's having a purpose. That's doing something because you have the desire to reach out. There's nothing wrong with that. Matter of fact, if you don't have intention, you're not going to go very far in anything you do. If you go back to school, if you don't have the intention to study, you're probably not going to pass. If you have a relationship with someone and you don't cultivate getting to know them, you're probably not going to be in a relationship with them. I mean, these are just practical things that we have to implement in our real life. And this is our real life, y'all. If you really want it, you can have it, but you can't give up. Man, I got in this thing because I wanted a community. And for me personally, my specific expectation on what that would look like did not happen the way I thought it would. But guess what? I still chose to remain. Why? Because I know I'm going to have community. It just may not have been exactly what I wanted, but that doesn't mean it's not going to be something that will help me grow and help me learn and help me move forward as a human being and help me reach humanity. You know, you can't give up. You got to keep moving. Yeah.
Has your flow, meaning your daily flow,
Yes.
has it changed from the first day you started to today?
Yes, it had to, because if I wanted to honest to God do it, if I honestly wanted it, if I honestly wanted to earn income, if I honestly wanted to reach people, I had to figure out how to have a daily routine. Now, is my daily routine perfect? No, I don't have a perfect daily routine. And you know why? Let me tell y'all, when you're single and maybe you have less responsibilities than someone who has a sister who's in hospice, who has a husband, who has a mom-in-law who's staying here right now, who just for a month, but still, who has relationships in community, that have people that have needs, that also has an energy business that meets with clients. When you have responsibilities, you have to figure out how to work in the nooks and crannies. But my nooks and crannies turned me into full-time nooks and crannies because I got to shift things. So you're going to see how to work this. You're going to figure it out, and you're going to have to make choices. You're going to have to stop one day and go, you know what? I've been doing this 4 months now. I guess I should do this on purpose. I should have intention. Then you're gonna be like, you know, I made a manager. Well, can I even do that other? Well, how do you do that? Oh, well, Oh, you do that. Okay. And then you just, and when you're doing it, you honestly don't know what you're doing sometimes, y'all. I mean, y'all look at us like they know what they're doing. We didn't always know what we're doing. We act like we know what we're doing because we're confident of the technology, and we know who we are, at least now. But you know who I am today? It's going to be different a year from now. If you ever settle into who you are today and think that's it, I've arrived, honey, you've lost it. You've missed a whole journey called life, because you get to change and ever evolve. And part of that evolving is putting in simple disciplines. Simple things like, okay, I'm going to make my calls today. I can't do what I thought I was going to do today. So for 30 minutes, I'm going to spend 30 minutes texting these people that I want to follow up and follow through with. I'm going to use my app. I'm going to remind them I'm alive and they need this technology. You know, I mean, you're going to do it daily until it becomes who you are, and it doesn't become, oh my God, I got to do this, but it becomes part of your life. Part of your life. Just like if you go to work somewhere from 8 to 5, what are you going to do? You have things you have to do all day long, don't you? So you've got to figure out how to work your job of Lifewave your way that works in your life, because your life cannot be Peter's life or Sheila's life or Chris's life or my life. Man, when you're changing diapers, whether it's an adult or a kid, listen, this is no joke. There are people that come into this organization and they're afraid to get on the phone, but yet they've been changing somebody's diapers for 20 years. Believe me, they're mature. They're mature. They may not have the skill set yet to do this other, but that doesn't mean they're not mature on the inside to handle the pressure that's going to come when they get to grow and make money. Y'all don't give up. You can do this. Oh my goodness, you can do it. If I can do it, anybody can.
So Donna,
Yes.
you're like a needle in a haystack. Okay, you're a special one because
I'm a special one.
wanted, you broke through it. But I want to really give I'm really always talking to the brand new people that are joining us. Okay, what is the flow here that you think it is? Okay, so let me explain the flow in just our business terms. Everything starts with what, everyone?
333.
A list.
Oh yeah, list.
Okay. Thank you, Maria. You got the list. So this is a people person, a people business. So I'm going to lay it out right now. If you're not a people person, this business is not for you. Straight up.
Oh,
okay.
No, you're right.
If you're a people person, then this business is 1,000% for you. But you have to learn behaviors. So let me share with you the flow and how to behave through that. First thing is you have to have a list. Second thing is, and this is just business, this is not mindset, this is not nothing, okay? Once you have your list, you gotta identify who you're gonna call. That is your 333. Once you identify who you call, you're gonna have to go through the peak, the pre-qualify, and the packages, meaning you're gonna go through the ask, share, give. You're gonna have to make relationships. You're gonna have to follow up with that. You're gonna have to build it. And then from there, once they're in, you're gonna have to develop. The reason why I'm giving you that flow is because you can do whatever you want in the middle of that flow. But at the end of the day, again, your business won't start until we know your database. Your business won't start until you pick up the phone. Your business won't start until you start conversations. Your business won't start until you know the flow of your day. Your business won't start until you get to know what you want to say, what you want to send, where you want to take people to, how you put in the order. Your business won't start until you develop someone and do the same thing over and over and over again. What I want you to do, starting from today on, I want you to slow down and pay attention and appreciate the process. I want you to appreciate being the doctor, asking questions. What's wrong with you? What challenges you have? I want you to be the pharmacist by sending the podcast by prescribing the patches. I want you to be the networker, the coach, by coaching them through the same process that you went through. Does everybody understand what I just said? Good. I'm trying to keep it so, I'm trying to condense this big into these little steps. Because if you don't understand the flow and if you're lost and confused, where to start, what to do, get it? That means you don't have a routine. So slowly start getting in a routine. You know who's really good with routines? Micah, bodybuilders. Why? Because workout people need to have a routine. They need to have a nutrition routine, a sleeping routine, right, Micah? A workout routine. You know exactly when is leg day, when is muscle day. And I'm going to bring you in, Micah. What's your flow? Can you share with us for a few minutes? Unmute yourself. What is your morning routine, Micah? Talk to us for a few minutes.
My morning routine. So hydrate, number one, right? And then maybe remove the patches I wanted to wear at night and put on my new patches. And depending on my game plan, if I'm going to be active or if it's a laid back day, I patch accordingly. But I always think about what I'm eating. Is it going to help me to maintain who I've chosen to be, my goals, optimize my health, fitness, and what I can do to change the world around me, right? And networking and developing my skills to get my point across and to give people the tools that they need to be their best person. That's been my work. So I'm in the gym right now, right? That other thing, that's easy. That's nothing to me, but this is the real
Correct.
gym.
So now you're in a physical gym, Michael, but is this gym a challenge for you? Is this challenging to learn this?
Actually, yeah. Yeah, and I love it. It's a challenge and I love it. I love the challenge. It is.
Are you becoming a better, are you learning different skill sets that is making you a different man or a different human right now?
Definitely, definitely. And it's very gratifying, and I hear it from people who've known me a while. Wow, you're a little different now. Wow, what have you been doing, right? And it's about developing my person so I can get to that seven-figure payday. You know what I'm saying?
But I want to say this, even myself, to be a seven-figure earner or to be a six-figure earner, by the time you get there, don't you think you already are there? Meaning that by the time you get there, you already have to be that person or flow through that person or wanting to be that person. Does that make sense, everyone? You already really have to change the way you act, look, feel, touch. Everything internally already has to be elevated for you even to manifest that kind of income. Right, Micah?
100%. Yeah, definitely, the feeling is there and that's what brings out that different person, that more developed person who's gonna share enough and change the world enough to where the world gives back, right? So yeah, I love it, Peter. Thank you.
Now, I want to, because Micah is a personal fitness trainer, everyone. I'm going to ask Micah this question. Micah, in your past, when you took on a client that paid you, that told you they want muscles, they told you they want to lose weight, if they did not follow your protocol after a week or two or three, and they're getting no results, but they're paid you to do it, what would you do as a fitness coach? What would you do to that client if they don't follow what you do?
Well, I would stretch that out to about 90 days, right?
Yep.
By that point, if you're not doing, you're making me look bad, number one. So I would have to, sit them down, speak to them, and figure out, psychologically, why are we not getting the results that you say you want, right? Because we all deserve them, but we have to earn them, right? So I would slow them down and figure out what I needed to do as a coach. Really, I look at myself now. If they're not getting the results, what am I not doing right to pull it out of them so they can become that person?
Good. And as you grow through your business, thank you, Micah, for sharing with us today. As you grow through your business, day by day, week by week, every time a new person comes to you, do you know you're intertwining energies? Do you know that you're learning from each other? And if you are elevating, people want to follow you because you're elevating. But if you're stuck in the same frequency and you keep on attracting the same frequency and you're not getting the results you are because the person that you're working with is not learning or is holding you back from your frequency or what you want because their frequency is lower than yours. Does that make sense? Would that affect you? 1000%. So that's why we say, don't stay comfortable. Don't be comfortable. You got to keep on pushing and get uncomfortable to the point where that uncomfortable is making you become who you are.
That's right, Peter.
Right?
That's right. You know what? And that excitement, we have to put the right emotions around that uncomfortable feeling because it can be excitement, but if we don't have the right emotions, it's going to pull us the opposite way, right? So I love that, and the more I learn about psychology, you know, I try to reflect it to sports psychology, right? When you're nervous, either you're going to crack and fail, or you can use that energy to drive you to even surpass your goals. So that's a really big point. Learn to love that feeling and attach the emotions in the right places.
And that leads me to my next topic. Thanks, Micah, because if all of us here are elevating our frequency, if all of us here are on one mission, is to help humankind, what are we? We're a gang. We're a mafia. We're an organization. My friend told me yesterday, Peter, you're the holistic mafia, man. You're the gang, you're the leader of a mafia gang. I'm like, oh man, that sounds true. I am the holistic mafia, right? Now,
Well, yeah, Peter, I have to say, I remember seeing you at a holistic event and we knew of each other, but we weren't on the same team. And we walked by each other and it was like, oh, that guy is powerful. I know it. Yeah, the mafia. I get it.
But now look at us, Micah, 3 years later, right? We're still the same Peter. You're Micah, I'm still Peter. But what makes us so powerful today? It's the people that are following us. It's this organization. It's the Julies, it's the Debbies, it's the Kojos, it's the Sheilas, it's the Bruce, Andres, you get it? It's everyone we're intertwining energies now. That's what creates a culture. So moving forward now, we are in February. This year, the BeActivating group, from Marcy and I down, we are going to define our culture. We are going to define our organization. We are going to brand and we're going to simplify our messaging. We're going to simplify our tools. We're going to simplify our trainings. We're going to elevate our leaders, our workout buddies, our bodybuilders. We're going to partner up with Lifewave. That is a bigger organization. Does that make sense? So as this organization grows, we're just tagging along. But guess what? We just happen to be one of the most powerful organizations in this organization. Does that make sense, everyone? So we have a lot of responsibilities. And that's why we have to grow intentionally. That's why I'm doing these podcasts. That's why Sheila's doing her podcast. That's why Wendy, Stacy, that's why Marcy, that's why all of us are slowly intertwining our experiences together, but we all have one purpose. We have one mission before the commission, right? We have one way to light up the world. We have one way to learn how to get people, which is the 333 PPP or Ask, Share, Give. We're going to define all that. Now, have we made mistakes? We all make mistakes. Do we learn from our mistakes? Yes, we do, because we're an organization. Now, the one thing I want to do is I want to empower and I want to define who we are as an organization this year. The only way you're going to see all this happening, guess where? October 12th to October 14th during the convention. Who here was in our last year's convention? Did you all feel the heartbeat of our company? Did you feel the heartbeat of our team? And we still are an organization, but we haven't fully defined ourselves yet. But do you see the love? Do you feel that we trust each other? And the ones that don't trust each other, they're not here. We don't talk about them. Okay? But if we do trust each other, if we're here, that means we have to be transparent. That's the only way to build a culture. That's the only way to build leadership. That's the only way to build long-term, is we all have to trust each other through the process. And that's why I always say, work and build and work with people that are like you or better, okay? Because if we don't do that, and if we get too comfortable and you just bring anybody into this organization, one cancer can kill a whole leg. Has anybody experienced that before? I have many times, okay? I've had wrong partnerships. I worked with wrong leaders. I've been manipulated. I've been narcissistically attacked. I've been lied to. I've been cheated to. I lost millions of dollars. I lost many friends. Whatever I've done, you resonate with me because you probably have done the same thing, okay? We're all on the same boat. But what we want to do here is, because we're on this journey now, we're ready for the world. This team is growing, and I want to leave with this now because, dang, an hour already went by so fast, okay? Everyone, we're getting to the 300 people mark now on the podcast. 300 people times 6 days is what? 1,800 eyeballs a week times 4 weeks is what? Almost 8,000 people, eyeballs, brains, every month listens, learns, absorb exactly what we say, exactly what you do. Do you think we have a lot of responsibilities? Yes. If one of us do something wrong and it teaches and it duplicates through the organization, it would take a lot to repair that and reverse that. Does that make sense? So why do you think we act slow? Why do you think Marcy and I always communicate? We always talk to each other. Just like I talk to my personals, I talk to their personals, their personals. This is a communication group. This is not an organization where one person, one leader wants to do their way and everybody has to follow. This organization listens to each other. Everything that you see that we do has something behind it. Now, again, we learn, we apply. If it doesn't work, we change, we delete, we add, we upgrade, we update. Does that make sense, everyone? That's how organizations work. But we are an organization. We are all together. We're not one person taking over and one person making decisions for all of us. So today's topic was the why, was your frequency, was the flow of your business, was culture, was the changes. Did everybody learn something today? Did you learn 2 things today? Did you learn 5 things today? Okay. Whatever you learned, apply this week. Okay. Use it. Use it sparingly. I want you to now, every week, I want you to grow personally. When you grow personally, you're going to attract the right people to you, and then you just flow through the business, okay? Every day, every week, every year, until you get to where you need to be. And we know where you need to be. I just want to see you at convention. I want to see you walk on stage. I want to see you graduate. I don't care if it's this year, next year, or the year after. Whatever happens, this company's going to graduate, and we all will graduate together. So, Donna, any last words before we say goodbye?
No, sir. I'm thankful to be here, and I know I bring a little different angle. Sometimes you're like, girl, where are you going? But it's part of my flow, and it's part of also my recruiting, because I'm just being myself, and we all have to just be ourselves, y'all. We really do. And you know what the key is to loving other people? The key is loving yourself. Because when you can't love others, it's really because you're deficient in love on the inside of you. But that's the whole journey, and it doesn't happen in a year, and it doesn't happen in 2 years. It happens over the entire lifetime until you take your last breath on this planet, y'all. So just stay in a place of encouraging yourself all the time, and just know we're always growing, we're always evolving. And don't beat yourself up when you screw up. Go, wow, ding, dang, dong, too bad. Hug yourself and keep on rocking.
So, thank you, Donna. Just know I love you. I love each one of you. And I'll leave it with this. This world needs us more than ever. It is so easy to light up people today. People are lost. They lost hope. They lost faith. They need higher frequency. Be the frequency for the world. And together, if you know someone out there that needs some love, bring them to the gym, okay? Bring them here. We will love on them all day long, okay? It's easy for us. So thank you, each one of you, for being on here. Next week, same bat time, same bat channel. I'm still going to pick on you next week, so get ready. Enjoy your time today, and I'll see you in the gym tonight. Love you, everyone. Bye
Thank
now.
you. Bye.
Bye,
Thank you,
everyone.
Peter.
Thank
Thank
you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you,
You're
everyone.
welcome.
Peter.